We don't have to talk English, do we? We just have to say Hoocak, right? Did they say we have to explain it? Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's the one that's putting?
Azoninga.
Oh, they need to get their get together.
Skera zege hinike higo. Makara joire. Joire kjaiska.
Oh, yeah. Get it. Korejski.
There you go. Yeah. Yeah. Germans on. Germans nagara ishke.
So after each speaker, we're just going to take a short break. How long was a short break for you guys? You guys like 5 minutes, 10 minutes for 10 stories?
Half hour?
Yeah,
we gotta get there. Katie,
evil schemes. All right. How's it going, Joey?
5 minutes.
All right.
5 minutes. Agi, Lucky.
Oh, actually.
Okay.
It's gonna... Oh,
Kate was already got Petta's name, so.
Back at it.
Something just say.
Yeah, ne, Eskishkuni. Yeah, Pedasni.
Yeah, take them up.
Okay, Raichana.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's up to you. Johnny Coach?
Inaki Perez.
Okay. Oh, he's a panty. I know that one.
So can ace,
Like touchdown.
Like this? Yep. Just totally like this? Okay. All right. You just give me a thumbs up then. Testing. Okay. Hanach egiraji wiregi waini ginampwe. Hochjana de ege wolaki skege hogiraki rekshene. Ne dashja. I'm done. So, but first, I would also like to thank our Wangshikwachek members here at the high school, middle school for making this happen. If you guys could just stand up. Kind of take a look around. Come on, kids, don't be shy. I see you guys. But they helped plan, organize a lot of this. So, and then I'd also like to say thanks to our speakers for coming tonight. And this will be live streamed. So if you walk in front of this right over here, you're going to be live on the air. And let me see. So I think I've got some instructions because somebody doesn't trust my memory over here. Oh, no, I don't trust it either. But anyways, what we will be having are some small breaks between the speakers. So we are encouraging us to kind of stay a little quiet so we can hear everybody as they are talking and all the good things they have to say. We do have childcare next door. And after each speaker, we will have about a 5-minute break, give or take, between them. So I am done. I'm going to walk away, and I'm going to give it up for our first speaker of the night. All right. Himi Choju. Wojciech? No.
Yeah, hezká. Jo. Nážik, to je hezké.
No.
Kákes. Čili gočinja. Jeha, egi, Hiwi chojo go eske hini gaire go Hoocak raje hani na egi hiske pira rajiwi ge jike go Waika jagushke aire da Waika night eske hirusha ni gigi wira de eske wajan pi eske goni are ge egi jike hiashke higi akshana go koreskashke Waika na heske go haide heske egi ha heske je aje heske je hi he hotakshana heske gi heske go yaunchakshana gi ha hede. So I want to say thank you once again to the student group here that got this together, and then to the facility, the high school here, and then each one of the people who got a hand into it, and then for Haas for getting a hold of me and asking if I was able to do this, and I'm kind of still a young person yet, but then I'm when I look at my daughters there. I teach here also in the high school. So, but when I see my daughters, I'm like, oh, geez, I'm kind of getting kind of older. So they're going to be asking me to kind of do things like this, And just like I was sharing with them at the table there while we were eating, I was like, when you're here, you got to be a good listener. And when things are being put on like this, and people are going to be sharing things, that you should kind of be a good listener, and whatever it is that is going to be said, take it all in, and then because you might use it one day in your life, and then also you might pass it on. So I was like, where I'm at, you guys might be here someday. I was like, so it'd be good if you could be a good listener, and then so when somebody comes and they asks you to do something like this, you'll be able to say, okay, yeah, I can help you out, and because that's why we're here. We're all here to help one another, and so these are some of the principles that I'm talking about. The Hoocak people, when they're born into their homes, this is the kind of this is the way that their parents speak to them, and try to instill some of these ideals in them. So one of them is the good listening part, like. So I'll say thank you to each one of you for being a part of this. This is something that it's the first time kind of that I'm doing something like this. I mean, I was a part of. I do go and tell stories if they ask me to, but something like this. This is kind of my first time. So I always say I'm not a good speaker. I even know English, but I'm not good at speaking English either. So and then when I try to use Hoocak, I am still like that. I have trouble. They call it what up, being able to understand somebody. So I'm going to be telling a story here, and I'm going to be using one that I'm used to telling. And it's I learned thankful for the nation, for them to be the way that they are towards the language. That back in the 1970s they wanted to create a place or establish a program where our people can go and they can learn Hoocak and learn to speak it. And so And then that idea grew, and so in the 1993, 94, that's when the language division kind of was created. And so I'm glad that they were able to do that. And I was, 2010, I became a part of that. I became a part of that group and joined in as an apprentice. And I wasn't speaking very well then. And I got sent to what's called an immersion daycare, which they were running at the time, and was able to learn to speak from elder speakers, and then also from 3 and 4 year olds that were already speaking Hoocak. And to see something like that, I witnessed little children, 3 and 4 year olds, sitting at a breakfast table, talking back and forth in Hoocak to one another, just like I'm talking English right here now. And so that really kind of boosted my confidence and made me want to be a part of that and to pass it on. And so again, that's another reason why I'm sitting here, so that I can not only practice what I'm learning, but also show the youth too that take part in the opportunities that the nation they provide, you know, because then you'll get a lot out of it. And then plus, like I'm saying, I learned this story from being a part of the Hoocak Nation. One of my chunshkes, he told this story. It was in 1970s. He recorded this story, and I used to listen to it. And I didn't understand what this story was. I just listened to. I would just listen to it, and then finally, after a while, when I'd ask questions about it, I learned the words that were in it, and then I could piece it together, and then finally I was able to understand it. So I'll tell it in Hoocak first, and then I'll kind of explain it, you know, after when we get, or you know, kind of translate it when I get done. So hiji karawina the worak the Hoocak Nation Hoocak wazija chi nangara de sto karagire je worak de honiki tagishnawira je ya nagashke de wana kwanaga de jago heske huchushke hara jago wa heske hazo hekche wana kwanaga de jagoshke honakuna pi heske wana kwanaga de hamte je yakarak nayaje heske jago wana kuna ege heske ege hagore yashke wakeni grashke eja wa nakshne de heske hokhatap eja hoe una je eja gichachasi de eja de hagore yashke de hoskai jashke de eja hajad heske aja hore heske roguna heske jige hiraichera de hapahi eja hoe una de heske eja mahoskai je eja hira de hiashke waishcha nagashke higun jago hampi jerashke de eja heske eja mahoskai de hi eja gokazi ki niske heske de hirarekchinga hi hoi jashke de hanakun ja de heske hiashke nawa una heske de nawa nashke de meje heske je wakeningara Mahoska jana gagre hanki jani he hanina he waking we jaguisha wa onjeje heske hide shkone ege de wakengara shkege de jaguisha wa onanke go de nawa nashkege nawa je jireje go de nagire hi Eske wakengara shkego nagere wa onanki de aja Jinja shkego hoatana ke je koreske shkego de hinu chabik shneje eske go hire eske go waista sana gashke de huksik jana huksik yashke ge de haja eske go koreskeshke hijawa huatana ge de aja keshke go jago nawa unashke go hinu chabik shne hi eske go hi guanachje go jik nu honu wank jikere ego de aja huksik jana aja hira de aja rochjin jo kewe ja ego de aja jagushke honu khawa kina I eske ego de aja ske go hazo hekje go je aja minang nangshne go de jigashke go waina waistashana gashke go de koreskeshke go ruhehi eskeshke goni hire egi jige de aja go hirarek singaja de aja ki hanaj ki sewe go how ki wajina wa oni nakshene go eske go hiresh goni egi je jige nawai ja de go nach gona wakengro wakenigra huksik jana gagre hanki jani he hanina he wakengro waking we go jige go nagre ske go de ske go change ske ze nawa ja ona ske change wa unje eske go hire egi go wakenigra ske go de na kewe jina egi eja minak na ke go nach kera ki chiba na gashke go de rus is in is ke go eja minak nakshke ja go ske go hangshne go heske go kire go ego jige ego ha hunwa nige go hunwa gikshne je heske hira na gashke de eja huksik eja hobo shoroje ge hi napshana ego sagrek go de aja hi nabana gashke ego waishtashan ga jige mo pogija hajar how ego eske ja eja ego wa kekshne ge ji koreske shke go huno khawa kina de aja mo poga ja ego hoka kas go je ego eske hirana gashke ego de aja mo poga ja ego huno wank jikere ego je aja eja hiana gashke go mopo gashke e joke wet ego ho ka sting go ke wajani go haja rukhurugni ege hishke anke go de eja jagwija go horuchkachka niske go sagre go hoe mani niske keshke go jiga wajani hiya go hajaru khurugni go ho ka sting ego hirada exchange go he nige go eja hiu shanaga de eja shke go hazo hekje go mina nakshan de eja go how go na go wa ona je eja egi jige ja hirada exchange go jige go ki sewen ja koreske shke nigo ware keshke go nawana je na guni nakshan ge eske go ha ego je pink shne je hire shkuni ege he ha ege de aja koreska shke go mark hoska ja hoa tana ga jige go de aja go kazi hakinana eske hire shkuni ege mo pogaraske go hi nab hi korohora de aja jige nawana hi go jire wakenigra mo pokjana gagre hanki jani he hanina he waking we jaguija wonje go de eske go wanach kune je eske go naina de go na chawa eja wajini ja ki wa onaki eske wakengra ske de na chawa eja ske warutkachkanaga de aja wajini hija hikion de aja jaguija ona ke go de aja go hadu chabana gashke go do go go je aja jaguija ona ke go ashkeda go de go Hoocak kasti ege nunige go stasurashke de aja regioniske nunige de aja eske go jago jago hadu koste da eske go haja rukurukshana de aja go ashkechti go de aja horokoje de charaskap ke jawoje ja just eske go hawe we nani de aja eske charaskap ke go de eske hi je go nawan jauna eske wonje je go de aja go Keske hiniaje de. Je kenuba eske hiniaje. Eske charaskap ke da nigeot onego. Egon jagushke mauska ego eja hakja ego hoarena. Eske egon worak ego hojeja. So eske So this was kind of like a story that I, like I said, I listened to this story, and it was interesting to me because I really like the singing part of it. That's why I always listened to that story. I always wanted to figure out how come he was singing, and then he would change there was something he changed in it every time. So it kind of goes like this. We'll give you the short version, but there's a little raccoon, and he was kind of just kind of making his way around, living his best raccoon life, and doing. And he was going through the woods there, and all of a sudden he saw there's a clearing there, and he's like, I'm gonna go over there. So he went over there to the clearing like that, and here's a nice day out, so he's gonna kind of take a rest. And all of a sudden he heard that song. What is that? That song was saying something to the effect of, hey, how many people are there with you or have been there with you, where you're at the Mahoska, at the clearing, and he was, or the field, and he was like, oh, well, there's nobody here. It's just me. He's kind of looking around like, what's going on here? Where is this song coming from? And so here, he kind of gets scared and he takes off and he sees these bushes there. There's these bushes. I'm gonna go over there and get away from whatever's happening here. So he went way in there, and he was sitting there, and his heart was racing. He was kind of shaking a little bit, and then he all of a sudden he got quiet, and it kind of seemed safe, And so he was like, hey. All right, I'm gonna take off out of here. And as soon as he started trying to feel like everything's good, he heard that song again, and he was like, "Hey, I know. Hey, how many of you are there? How many, who's there? Who's been there with you?" And then he's like, I kind of got a little bit more scared, and he just bolted out of that bush there, and then he saw a cave. And he's like, I'm going to go in there because surely he's not going to find me in there. Whoever it is, he keeps saying there's people with me, but it's only me. And he runs into the cave. It's dark in there. He finds a nice place to sit down, and he's just waiting, just like anybody else would, like trying to listen for footsteps or trying to, he's sitting there. And finally gets that, nice and calm, and he's like, oh, okay, good, I'm safe. And then he's like, I'm gonna head back over there I was enjoying myself over there at the field over there. And then all of a sudden, the song comes on again. He's like, what is going on? And he's getting irritated, and he's kind of scared. And so they sing the song again, and then here, all of a sudden, he kind of feels something in his ear. He's like, what is that? There's something moving around in there. So he digs around, and he's really digging. He touches something, and then he grabs it, pulls it out like that, and then his eyes kind of started getting used to the dark like that. And so he brought it really closer to him, and he looked at it. Here, it was a wood tick. So that woodtick was with him all that time, and that was the one that was singing, and like teasing him, kind of bothering him that way. So, and so, like just like that, like I'm saying that helped me to really get that story, and there was other stories also that I used to listen to all the time, but that one I always enjoyed because it had that little kind of the singing in there, and I like the songs or the tune that it was in, and then so I learned that. So that's why I say encourage each one of the youth here, the ones that are in the language class, that really get to it. I mean it takes a while, it takes time, and there's people like us, that are from the nations, from the language division, that will help you. And however it is that you want to use your language, you could be one of these storytellers up here, because there used to be people that only told stories. You could only go to these people to listen to these stories. You couldn't go anywhere else. So, and these would be the people that hold this information for everybody to be able to go over it. And so you didn't have to remember. You didn't have to remember all the stories in the Hoocak, I guess the expanse of knowledge that they have. You wouldn't have to. There's these people that would hold these. So, but again, and we're today where we are the way that we are, but you have this chance to partake of the opportunities that the language division gives you. And then with that, maybe you could be up here. You could be the one telling the stories. You could be the one sharing the knowledge. And then to the youth that are coming behind you. So I just want to encourage you that way, because I know I work, with the students here. I enjoy working here, with students. I enjoy learning with you. I don't say myself as a teacher, because I'm still learning myself too. I'm not, I'm not, I'm not, sometimes I don't get understood when I'm speaking, even in English, like I'm saying, I'm not very good at that either, but I keep trying, and I partake of opportunities like this, and it gives me practice, so that maybe next time I can do a little better. So I'm just going to say this much and say thank you to you all for listening, and pina gigi wi wa ini ginapuin.
All right, that was a good story. That was awesome. Made me smile. Give him another round of applause. That was a good one. I don't know if anybody else witnessing their ears or not, but we'll take 5. So if you need to stand up, stretch, get a drink of water, we've got about 6:27. So you just want to 6:32 or 6:35? Just 6:35. We'll be back in here, so give you a few minutes to stand, stretch. And if you're real dark cut, you can. Real dark cut. Yeah, I change how I'm doing. Walkie kununin. Yeah, why did he heck again? Ida. Walk to Hoocak, huh?
We're going to walk the guys.
Do you think you rolled up? You walk it.
All of us said you come to life.
They're on.
Yeah.
All right, you can just clip that onto your jacket right there if you want.
Put it on my jacket.
Yeah.
Tango.
Homework.
Did you show that off?
No, it was so.
What's your story about? Jago Hare. Oh, yeah. Never sama.
Rawang.
I just want to
Rawang. Oh, Rawang diyan. Oh, ha.
storytelling.
Hiske hanina hunting.
Just
Yeah.
sharing details from
Ah, ihik siya.
even though I don't speak Hoocak, you have good cadence.
Hagade
And
wa.
I mean,
Tago?
all of the story
Hagade.
Yeah.
expression. So feel good about yourself. You're doing a good job.
Yeah, no, thank you. Yeah.
What technique?
Yeah.
Sometimes they ask me,
Oh,
Na kushunu na shirage.
but I just
oh, huh.
I hear something. Maybe I shouldn't. Like, maybe that's their.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's practice.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go from Makade to
You probably work, but you
Hoocak,
have a lot of.
and then probably back to
And
Hoocak.
that's real
Any
common.
questions for you at the end?
But that translates itself
Yeah.
to your expression.
Yeah.
And that's really important.
Because I asked her how we were gonna do it, and she
I
didn't.
could tell
She
when the
didn't know.
dialogue
So,
was happening. I could tell
However-
the humorous parts because. So I'm just, trying to give you encouragement to keep it up. That you're not. You may not see yourself as being strong, but you have more innate talent. Wouldn't you agree? Does innate talent?
oh yeah, comes out just natural.
Yeah.
Well, I was learning. I learned from these people.
Well, it's wonderful when you have older students.
Yeah. Yeah.
Real old.
Well, you're practicing and you're taking advantage of opportunities.
Okay.
Each chihuahua.
Yeah. Yeah.
Drink some more.
Yeah, I know. We're gonna try to if we get that building over in Boston and get fixed up. I was talking and put in there. I'd like us to start meeting. Maybe. And just talk.
Yeah, yeah. They won't know.
I know that.
Sige, honey, chow it a
We were gonna get that. I really wanted. No, not the old. There's the old transportation over there by the GC. You know what the GC building? Under, yeah, the one by the. Oh, really? So we're gonna get that. It's supposed to be done by the 26th.
So how long is it supposed to go?
Till 8 o'clock.
Oh,
Oh, right. No.
hey,
No. No, I'm here on Tuesday.
He would tell you.
Thursday.
let's go till 10 to 7.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
You gotta go?
So now it's got to go for extra 10 minutes. Cover yours.
Oh, yeah, you better.
Oh dear. I'll talk more about the Charas cupcake. I got a silly story about that too.
You go, Neil Aquino.
Yeah, yeah. Now it's a little girl got baptized. Here, I couldn't wait to get back down to the house to see where the mark, what kind of mark they left. Here, I put my hair back like that. And here, right there, right to the hairline was a child. So he said he got baptized too. Here was Silas Cleveland that baptized me. I was thinking what he thought when he saw that child cupcake.
How many?
Yeah. He's safe.
At least we'll see him again.
Yeah, for sure. It wasn't her.
So what do you do with it then?
You mean it's not there yet? Crees que wa inach que yeah. Yeah, I don't know what happened. I must have just pulled it off and threw it away. Yeah.
No respect.
Yeah, no respect whatsoever. Bye.
Hey, what's up? Yeah, all right. Okay, meeting direction.
I was just telling these guys I got baptized and I was just a little girl, not a boy. Yeah.
Let's get that clear.
Here, my mom took me. She got a new dress, and I was just dressed to the nines. In the morning, she came after me because we had a NAC meeting in the morning. She got me all dressed up. We went up there, and we had it in the teepee. And here, it come to that time. They called me up, and they did the whole thing, on my forehead. And then here, I ran back to the house. And then I went in front of the mirror. I pulled my hair back like that. Here, there was right at the hairline, there was a stethoscope stuck on there. So that's why I said, oh, he or she got baptized. That too. Joe, with your teeth?
Nacho.
Shower Joe. Yeah, yeah.
When I was telling that to Roz before I left over at the D1CC there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I could tell these stories here. Trying to remember them, I said. I was trying to see how, you want to know and tell the story is supposed to be told. And she was like, oh, okay, well, what? And then I started telling her different stories like that. And she's like, gee, why don't all the Hoocak stories have to have animals in them? We kind of get that,
Yeah, right.
We say stuff like that. I was like, I didn't think I could
I'm up.
think of a story that doesn't have an animal in it.
Yeah. When the
What should we say about her? Anything good, or just say next up, huh? Yeah.
yeah,
Duck.
All right.
yeah.
All right. So, I'm not going to say too much because I'm going to put my foot in my mouth up here. So, up next, we've got Wing Goozadang. So she'll tell us who she is. And
You already told them.
well, there we are.
Okay. Hochjana pi hindi kada giwi hijan kishana. Egi hana chan chaweda jike haipi. Naga egi histoweda jike haipi. Nik jangara naga okeda nach egi da jiwida. Jagu hi shinawida nanach goingi pinkshane. We guzarenga hingaire eske. Anyway, growing up, I grew up here in the Black River Falls area, and back then things were it was hard for us at that time because there was no work around. And we lived with my grandma and my Jaji, my Nani, my Choka. We kind of lived kind of like a commune because there were so many of us. So anyway, some of us lived in a Chiporoke and some of us lived with my grandma. So anyway, we did everything that you could think that a family would do, living out in the country, like building their own homes, and they were doing their own crops, they're planting, canning, whatever they could probably think of, like berries and vegetables. Some even made soups and canned them and put them away. And but anyway, we didn't have the fancy gadgets that we have right now. Didn't have no phone. We didn't have electricity. So things were really hard for our families that were living together down at the, they called it the frog, because in the springtime, that's all you would hear was frogs just making a bunch of noise. So anyway, that's where I grew up. But my story is going to be something, oh, I forgot to tell you that. I have 5 brothers and 4 sisters, all total. And there's only 3 of us left in that family. And anyway, we all got along well together. We all worked together. We all had our own jobs. We knew what to do, and that's what we did. You know, going to school. We had to walk probably a mile and a half to go to school through the snow, and so anyway, that country school is where we had grades 1 and 4 in one room, and then another 5th through 8th in another room. And the teachers were sisters, so they got along really good together, and we all worked together. So anyway, so on to my Hoocak story. I know a lot of you know what this picture is that I got here, and I want you to tell me what this story is. If you know what the picture is, don't say anything, just raise your hands, because there's some, I'm just gonna check on the little kids and see if they knew what this picture was, because my story is gonna be based on this, and I think you all know what this is. And if you know the word for Hoocak, name for this in Hoocak, can you raise your hands? Without, okay. And the ones that didn't, do you know what the word for the bear is in Hoocak? Nobody knows? Okay. So anyway, this is a hunch for the bear, Hoocak, hunch. So I want you to leave tonight just to let you know one word in Hoocak anyway. So my story is going to be based on that. And the story begins with the bear and what happened to him is mostly what I'm going to talk about him. And anyway, hunch nagre, is that Waina? Wainagi? Chanigi? Chanigi, that's one I read. That's one I read. Oh, Chanigi, Maro kara Waraira nagaje. Eja naine, naga, He go Tanaka Wida. How many months did you say? 3. Kreiske? Oh, about 3 months. They hibernate, or 2 months. I don't know what the hibernation process is, but anyway, he was hibernating, or I should say he and she, because eventually we're going to end up with bears in the process. So anyway, the female and the male had they had some cubs during that time. Naga eja Wainagi, spring. I can't think spring. Wainagi eja harebre. Naga hego anach do kewehi wa onak. Do kewehi de gekbona oruch hokini hire. Naga shige uruch hokini haraire. Naga hogi pin wa onak. Eske goeja ashkeng is a day hija nagara eja hanach howaraire. Naga nuhara go nuhara. It was all ice. The lake was all ice. Nunige hara eja hara hoaraire anaga je hunch hija eja nuhara gija niske je eja hoara anaga eja hape hokini wa onak. Je need hopochtega go eja ashkenk minak naga eja ashkenk minak naga hegowe winak hege hoda egi hija harepchinaki haipichtina je hachragu naga jige Khunigada we naga jagu ruch naga jige hiske Nick chunk. The bear cubs. He wanted to save some for the bear cubs, nonige. He kept at it and at it. Hochjana hahe he could have hokaja hija eja hija harepjinak. Nonige gueja minak nak on sinjara nureja what is he stuck? Hajago? Yeah. Eja sinjara hoja naga kehi peresni. Je honanka hajina what am I just say? He was trying to reach that fish. He jumped really, really fast. So when he jumped, he sinjara eja kunuk jikere. Eske Hegunegi hija hunch nagara hija hashtagi sinchara jibing ikshane. All their tails are going to be short because he got caught in the tail with his a tail in the ice, and it froze. So that's why he got a short tail. Nonige hapte hija hashtagi sinchara jibing ikshane. They gonna get So that's why today, when you see a bear, it's got short tail. Nunigi, it doesn't even depend on the color, the white, brown, black bear, whatever. It's, that's just the way the bears are. So, Shekun Kita. Huh? Pimage. Shekun Kita.
You see that I just appeared too. I have no siege, so we'll take another 5 minutes, get you a drink of water at about 6:55. So stand up, stretch, listen to Caitlin there.
Oh, God, we're all 1 hour.
Oh, see it.
I don't know if I can tell a short story.
Oh, well, I stuck. How long did that take? 10 minutes? 15?
Oh, no, 10.
You'd say 10? Yeah, because I timed myself. I was having somebody time me here. It was 10 minutes. So I said, well, maybe I'll probably have to either add more minutes to it or, make it shorter, however.
I'll take your microphone.
Oh, okay. Did it work?
Yeah, we tried that.
YouTube. But the link for it is on Facebook.
Are they Facebook? Okay, so then they
We
could,
are grew up together.
so then they could hear conversations between mom and dad. Oh, very good.
Not only that, we are older.
Not you.
Early 30s.
So, yep.
Do they have children of their own?
What's up? Oh no, I'm just waiting for.
I visit.
What'd you think of it?
I wanted to just try.
What year were they born? What was the, yeah, but the highway was like that. The area is 24 minus 14, 10, 14.
Well, I went up to the mountain to eat with
Elliot was born in 2020.
That's right.
That math is accurate.
They were very quick at eating.
It's, I'm in 2010 and 2011.
Are you okay with pinning this up here? Are you okay with clipping this on your shirt? Yep. Okay.
Oh, wait, small.
Introduce yourself. Make children. Say mom.
I teach right now I'm teaching three classes. So it was like switching back and forth.
I didn't sit there being sit with the guys.
Oh, no, this is all right.
But anyway, he goes. And then I teach a Monday night class. So I teach a class on Friday morning. It's like the next means like it was later in the hour. It's like it's the most
All right, you're on.
It's my favorite.
You need a microphone.
She gets the
Like that, or not too much more? You can just clip it on your.
Yeah, I clip it on. Okay. Are you sure now? Anytime? Hello? Hello? Can you hear me? Hello, relative. Oh, okay. Okay, give me the thumbs up. Yeah, thumbs up. All right. Hello, people. Nice again. Oh, okay. My name is Morgan. Hoocak. Let's talk about that light. Anyways, I'm here to introduce my my ma Willie, or Willie Cleveland, kind of like that. We have a little joke we got going on. So yeah, he's gonna be our last talker. So you guys listen, you know. So anyways, yeah. All right, go off. All right, thank you.
Yeah, ege yankesha na hiske inikara giwi ege hochanki waun de anaga ege eja jaske hochank wa na gwira ege hunchi ki karachia eja waji waun ege hiya chara hunchi ki karach naga ege huni hara chagi karach eske wa un shunun nonige Georgia go wa karade kus ideja ege nonige ege keni hi khatek jeni ege rashunk oine ege nasa nehi hini hara rash hunk on ege hunchi karash rashya wa onak naga ege jaske ege hunchra we una ki egi guangaira ginana ka egi sane wa hire ka gunjaske hire gi koideska che egi nakera eja egi nana kre eja hi uene naga egi sane wa hire ka eja eske eja rash hunk oine nasa nehi. Say relatives. I'm Wilfred Cleveland. My name given when I was born here in Black River Falls, when the hospital was on Main Street. And my father was Bear Clan, and my mother was Deer Clan. And as Hoocak people, we go along with how our father is, what his clan is. So I belong to the Bear Clan. And there, then I had at the time things kind of changed. At the time, I had a nephew who was like maybe 30, 40 years older than me. And he was asked to give me a Hoocak name. So we had a ceremony, and he gave me that name, Nasanehi, and that means like, however a bear does it, could have scratched it with his claws and knocked the bark off the tree, and when he knocked the bark off, and there was kind of lighter shade on that tree, and that's my name. The one that makes the trees lighter. That's my name. So anyway, I just thought I'd give you that little explanation of who I am, where I come from, and I was. Dego egi hajira egi jaskanaga egi hajira egi hisunkara iokite hingiwanaga egi hajianaga kodes kachni hagijide du khuruknaga egi kon pejega jigi egi Waika yang wagi dak du khuruk keshke egi wajan rohanchi ya perezni nunige guangaida hidekwahara wajan airigi wanachku gaigon eske degon hidekhara de egi Waika egi hungirak eske kun ke hoishipchi de egi hungirak shunuanaga egi kaga nekchi wanagra kiya egi wagidakni eske hochjande egi ya uncha honigidak na inkshne. So my younger brother called me and asked me if I'd come on over here and this evening and tell you all, whoever was here, to tell him a story. And I don't know too much about anything really, but my uncle used to say a lot of things to me. Growing up, I had a few uncles and that were that way, and this one in particular told me this story several times, and I never told it. I never said it to anybody, and so I was thinking about it. I thought I'd come over here and see if I can relay the story that he told me to you all. So that's kind of what I'm kind of translating what I'm saying, and to so you guys can understand, those of you that don't understand Hoocak. And I'm imagining the majority of you all do, but I'm just imagining, though. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know too much. Sirajan kini makhate naga egi jirani egi Hoocak wa nagwida egi chinak hanine shunun egi hiya egi chinakia eja naki egi hunkra keshke akchini hochinchini skeya wa wanaga egi nikjank wanina pi wani rukhrug na egi degona egi chinja chinakt egi unakt egi wawogidak egi manaru karaswianaga egi chinak hogingin gaigon eske hido wadogigon eske hide gon Guhari niske eske China kogigin eske hire hokaras reanaga egi jige egi degon egi pi unak naga egi hagoreja ya iske hoajaire egi ke egi eja chinak eja mankani na ke wagijere du khurukni jaskanaga degon hoajaire egi ke hi pedesni gaigona egi jiga egi degon hunkche ra egi hiya egi hogirak hina kushigna ka eja washregi egi mankani eja una ka egi jidu khurukna na egi wajokina egi wagijire du khuruk egi eske wawaragi shraki egi jidek shnehet so eske de wank de eja hoare anaga des eja wagirak jaske hogiwa naki egi ya makani na egi numchi egi chinak de egi jide anaga egi gumpejega hoajagi egi wagijide na nonige kanya wagi du khurukni gun hanach gun ho wajade ke ejo egon makani na ga chinja wajire ejo karaide egi nonige egi degon egi jige egi hunktera egi ya egi hogirak egi chinaku shige ejo washire egi koide eske egi makani eske hanine anaga egi degon egi wajoki wani winela egi wagijire du khuruk egi eske hanade eja howade chinak eja egi makane jige eske egi hani kiria naga egi jige egi wajoki na wagijire na nonige hishke kaine wagion du khuruk de ani hanach egi jige egi degon howajana ke egi rohan howaja egi jige egi makani nakte kanya wagion du khurukne ego goa kraide egi huktera egi jagu unkshina kehi pedezni gaiguna egi hampya egi jige egi wankya egi nago de eja chinak de egi chawe ji egi jige egi hunkra egi hiya egi giyak de yad egi mowe jira chinja hunka shina chinja unje ke hogidak de anaga eja chi hunkra anina eja hokawa naga egi worakta nach gun wajoki washini na egi howajaire anaga kanya kinya wajan wagiuru khudukni eske egi eske jaske kshne ke ya pezni hunkra eske egi de mowa egi jinaka egi kod eske nigijilda du khuruk kote eske egi gokji hai pinchina egi keni egi chipora ke ya egi degon pinchun shurkhugro ki eske huajara egi eja hani wakawa naga egi wodogot na eske hochinchina skesto hianaga egi chipora ke ya uine egi hochana negi egi hoajana keske eja hani hokewe egi hain sereche eja egi hoajana ka kiu egi haini egi jige egi tirapra do ashnaga egi pejega eja hoaja hokawara egi rashkuni egi hihinabre he gokchi honkra gokchi egi wajokin egi pine kate gokchi pinchi hinagigi wit hun jagu roragungi eske egi du khurugnan eske hogirak no ka keskanin egon goske na chone gijanaga egi jaske egi shuna jeda egi nigijede haji wa onak egi nonige egi ke hanach egi rashkunen eske gunske egi hojaire egi goshigi egi naya eja jera eja chakochang kanzi agi kshinehet egi ochjanagi egi in shrukhink nanaga egi jege eske wajokina egi wagije de dukhuruki eske hakched eske ched eske de wangnaga gu na eja egi miknaga egi hamsaj egi eja nan egi hochjana keni hokasni egi honkjere egi hikink egi think naga egi keni hokasni eske wajokina waragijerish he skekjed eske egi jige eja chiporak eja hokawaire eske howajanak egi jige eske hit hans eserech eske eja chi eja uine anaga egi jige egi honkjera egi eske egi changeja unagra egi nachkun jagu unjegi hirada anaga egi keske egi jagu ajera keske egi hiperezani china kijaya wa unak gaigona egi jige egi nawa gashke gaigon egi razankji gaigon eske nawa eske hinak aide eske deg nonige egi haeserach eske hire anaga egi hainina egi jige egi chiropraduash egi jige wajokina pejo eja hawaja hokaire raga egi rashkuni hinabre gaigona egi jige egi degon makani nagre egi hunkra keni egi degon hadikchi egi degon raidinigi egi ske egi wichans egi has egi wani wawaraganan eja egi hodeskeske egi toke hire anaga hiske not egi jago rago kaini adoagonin egi nonige egi degon egi waina degon egi wajan pinaro hache egi hani jide anaga ka iske je wajan ragonin egi goske egi jige egi nonige egi ske gon howajanak egi jige eja na eja chakochak egi kanzi haking chine hiske not so jige eja hamsech nage chana hunkra eja hogirak jige egi hinagijere chinera hishera egi keni hokasjini iskekje he said egi jige eja hiragra egi pejega howajanak eja haniho kawanaga egi jige degon jige haeserech gaigon eske egi makani na egi jago unjera egi jige egi eske hijed egi jige egi nawa nagashke egi jige egi jago ajera egi jige eske hianaga egi jige egi hainira egi jige egi hihina preanaga egi rashkuni gaigon eske hanach egi pejiga howajajera egi eske egi hi nabre rashkoni hi nabre gaigona egi jiga egi hongche gokji gipirchi gaigon gunjagu gi egi de makane je giun rukurke eske hi na eske hugirak nunige makane jera ha kanya ragoni wauni goske egi we ha anaga egi wajo kina degon egi hawajaire egi wagi jide na in waonje egi jige egi degon egi wakiship ge jige egi chinak egi gushigi eja hiske hawajanak eja chawe hahik shine heit nunige chakuchang egi kansi ha king shine heit ha hiske da not nunige hunkjera wajan gi unro gokchi nunige makani na ke eske ware unjera keske hi hawa eske hi je ege nunige egi na chinja unjera na jera ege jige eja hianaga egi chak egi kanzi ha king shine he gate ha eske ragi egi jige egi hunkjera egi degon egi makani na horoch je anaga egi hagodeja egi degon egi makani na kidi kerek shine anaga eja egi makani na hunkjera egi horoch je anaga egi rawankia eja tan kere egi jige egi degon na egi jige rawank de eja wajoki na egi hanach egi wagijide gaigon eske hidekara hungidak degon egi the story that I'm telling you all is that there was this Hoocak village before the white man came around. There was different villages around this area here, different. Then each one of those villages, they all had a chief. And here was this one particular village that had a young chief there that was leading this group of people. And when they got their village together, he had some of them workers clear a distance all the way around the village. And so when he did that, then a lot of the people that were under leadership of this chief began to get sick. And they had some medicine men there in this village, and they tried to do something to help them tribal members get well, but they didn't have anything to help them. And so this chief was telling this one person, hey, go to that village over there. There might be a medicine man over there that could help us out here, and bring him back over here. And so he did that. He went over to the village and got a couple of medicine men, and they came back over there. Then they tried to help these people that were getting sick, and they were constantly getting sick, more and more sick. More people were getting sick. And tried to doctor them up, but to no avail. They couldn't cure them. So they left. And so the chief was telling this person again, hey, there's another village over here. Go over there and see if they have a medicine man. Tell them what's happening here and see if they have a medicine man over there that could help us out. So he went over there and did that same thing, told about a medicine man. Yeah, I could probably help them out. So they brought him back over there, and this medicine man worked on some of those sick people, but couldn't help them. couldn't help them out in any way. And so he went back, and then here just so happened, I don't know if it just so happened, but anyway, there was this man walking down, coming toward that village. And we got close by the village, and he asked this person there within the village, "Hey, where's your chief at? I'd like to talk to him." So they directed him over there, and he went over there to the chief, and he was saying, "Hey, I hear you got some of your people that are sick here. I might be able to help them out." "Hey, can you do that?" "Yeah, I'm pretty sure that I can," he was saying. And so then, all right. Well, he was saying, all I want from you is for you to build a wigwam where I could do my doctoring. Okay, yeah, we can do that. So they built him a wigwam, and that evening there, then he took some of those sick people into that wigwam. Imagine as many as he could fit in there, however big they made it. So he worked on them all throughout the night. And then the next morning, then that medicine man opened the door, and all those people that went in there, they all came out, and they were all well. They weren't sick anymore. And so he went and he's telling the chief, yeah, I said, the chief was saying, "Hey, oh man, I'm really glad. I'm really grateful for all that you've done for us. We can get whatever you want, we'll get it for you." And no, I don't want anything. Just want to come and help you. So I'm gonna go over here by this tree over here and gonna lay down and rest for a while. The evening time, wake me up, and I can help more of your relatives out, more of your people out. Oh, all right, geez, yeah, I'd really appreciate that. So this medicine man went down there and lay down under that tree and slept all day. And in the evening time, the chief went over there. Hey, woke up the medicine man. It's kind of getting evening out, kind of getting dark. Say you're just going to help some of my people. Oh, yeah. I'm ready, he said. We'll just bring them on over. So they brought them over, and he went in there again, and then this chief was trying to listen to see what he could hear from what this medicine man was doing, kind of curious about it. And so him and maybe two or three of his other men were listening to what this medicine man was saying. But he was singing songs, kind of a high pitched voice. He was kind of singing. Then he would say some words, but he couldn't understand. Geez, I don't know what tribe that is. That don't sound familiar, he was kind of saying to them. But anyway, that was going on throughout the night. And so then the next morning, then the medicine man opened the door to that wigwam again, and these people that went in there sick, they all came out. They were all well. They were all healthy again. And so this medicine man had blankets and other fine stuff that they had in the village. Had him going to present them to this medicine man. No, that's not why I'm doing this. So I just want to go over here and rest, and you all take care of that stuff. Yeah, no, I don't. That's not me, he was saying. So then he went down over by that tree again, laid down there, and slept all day. Then evening time, then the chief came over there and woke him up again. And all right, okay, well, I'll get the rest of them. Yeah, I should be able to get the rest of them in the wigwam tonight. Then you'll be all good. Yeah, okay. So he did that. Got all the last of the people that were sick, got them into the wigwam, and that medicine man went in there and did what he was doing again throughout the night. And next day, then in the morning time, opened door, and those ones all came out. Then he was telling the medicine man, well, I guess my work is done here. I'm gonna go and rest here for a little bit, a couple hours or so maybe, and then I'm gonna. There's another village I got to go to over here. He was telling him. So, oh, all right, yeah. Then in the meantime, then the chief was kind of curious about this medicine man, and so he was kind of checking him out and kind of keeping an eye on him. But here I was slept for 2 or 3 hours, and then the chief was standing over there checking out, and you hear where that man was sleeping. You hear a mosquito flew off into the distance. And that's what my uncle was telling me. Egi eske hungiragra egi hawaona dego egi jaske egi mana gi karaski eja egi rawang nagre egi chinja hawaii addiction egi ke ipedazani egi dego egi wangshi egi unagra egi dego egi jaske egi rawang nagre unagra egi wangshik nagra hawajaide gaigona egi jiga egi degona egi de makani de je egi jira egi rawanki wa onaga wa unje naga egi dego egi hidekara hungirak egi hanach de egi jaske egi mauna de manag de nanch guns naga egi gunjagu ya egi ni hira egi jaske wagunski egi how keshke egi goske wa uni hanach de egi wa kidi nagdashke egi wajan uinek j skate eske hungirak egi eske egi dego egi wajan egi hajia naga hihekshne egi pejaga egi hinachkungi egi wajan pe hoichink wagigi nai eske dego jagu hidekara egi hingirera egi de hungirak eske goske egi yankishna egi jirera egi wawagi dak nai keshke wata penchini nunige ya uncha degon jipa karagit. I'll say that this chief, he wanted to have this real nice village here, and he had all these men clear this land all the way around the village, and the reason that he was doing that in case the enemy would come, and they they had to come through that open area for them to get to the village was the intent. But then when he did that, then these insects carry a sickness, and then they didn't have nowhere to go, and so they came into the village, and they must have bit some of the people in the village there, and they got them sick. And so this man that was coming down this road, this medicine man that was coming down this road, and that helped this chief cure this sickness was this mosquito. And what the mosquito did was took that bad blood out of all those people. And when he did that, I forgot to mention that one piece where when they came out, he was telling the chief to make sure that all the people got some corn and some berries and some meat so they could nourish their body. And see, this medicine man was taking the blood from them, that bad blood that was in from those insects. And then they had to eat the corn, the berries, and the meat to replenish their blood, and then so that they would be well again. And so that's kind of what he was saying that this medicine was telling him. And so he was telling him, and that's what my uncle was telling me, that the Creator, he made this, whatever you see here, he made all this, and everything that he made, the animals, the people, the insects, the flies, everything, you name it, but they all have a purpose. The Creator gave each one a purpose, and that's what this moral of this story is, that everything that God created has a purpose. And even though like these mosquitoes bite us and we slap them, kill them, but they're serving a purpose. They're taking the bad blood from you, and then you have to replenish it with good blood. kind of those kind of things that our old people used to share with one another, these kinds of stories. So and then my uncle was telling me this, like I said, several times he was telling me this story. So I wanted to come over here. I was asked by my brother to come over here and share a story. And like I said, I don't know too much of anything, but this what elders say, and then they kind of hand it down the line, kind of like that, So I thought I would bring this story on over here to share with you all, And I'd like to say a word of thanks to Eli for asking me to come over here. I didn't know what I was getting myself into. Told him agreeing to come on over here, but I enjoyed coming over here and sharing a little bit with you all, and how our elders used to think and about the creation and how they survived this far as to where we're here today, because of their knowledge, of their acknowledgement to the Creator and our everyday living. So share that a little bit. Seeing this is Wankshik Wachek, tell all you Wankshik Wachek this little story here, and whoever else would want to listen. Too bad you guys didn't understand Hoocak, that I wouldn't have to be repeating myself over and over. But I enjoyed it. I'll just say a word of thanks to Eli for asking to come on over. Appreciate it. I'd like to thank Mon too for introducing me.
Can we touch it one more time? Hope so. Anyways, I want to thank the three speakers here, sharing that knowledge with us. It was pretty good to hear all that. And I want to thank all you guys for coming here, taking time out, and I hope you guys learned something. I learned something, it's pretty good, Then thank the cook and the food that you guys all cherished and probably ate, so stuff like that. And anyways, yeah, that's probably all I gotta say for you guys. Thank you guys for coming though.
Thank you.
The club to take pictures after. Yeah. So, all right. Hey guys.
It's okay. These students are here. Get you guys a picture of I'll see you in the back.
Oh yeah,
Students go back to the
figure it out. Oh yeah, right here, yeah.
We